Welcome back, guys. We're back with Elemental. We're going to be continuing on where we left off yesterday. It's funny, I was going to be playing some Dwarf Fortress, but Dwarf Fortress just updated and DF Hack has not caught up just yet. So I've decided to go and play Elemental, which I'm quite happy about. It's sort of funny, I like at the moment, any excuse to play this game I'll take because I just really, really love it. And so anyway, yeah, we'll play this one. So I'm just moving away. We had trouble with these guys last time. This is sort of like the bottom corner of the map. I think I might move all of these back up. There's a stack there. I better go and clear that out. Just it makes it dangerous for this new hero that we got. So we will just auto-resolve this one. Took a bit of damage. How much? Hardly anything. That's fine. So we'll just get both of these units. That one's now done. That one's now done. We'll just go and press tab. So Kirkensfeld. So this one here as a town. We'll just go back into build in this case, and just keep on trying to get money. I guess so. Money. We're doing very, very well. You know, I might look at the studies. They're a little bit more than what we need. In fact, let's get a monument and place that over here, just to try to expand the territories and make connection with those edges. Now we have Sev can go up another level, so he's actually inside one of the cities, sort of doing his thing. Commander, let's go and make even more gold. So +2 Gildar per season. Let's go and do that one there. So we'll just go that way. That will then sort of give us a bit more of a boost along. And back we go. These guys, yep, they're okay. They're still alright. We'll just move this one around this other side just to keep it away from everything else. Yep, so this group is coming back. One thing we've only got a couple more, like 4 more seasons, and then we get the enchantment. We might look at other things we can do with that. So we have the cleric in through here as well. This is actually a better group. They're back on their territory, back over that side. Got the scouts back in that side as well. Gildan is not happy with us, so we might sort of go and crush them at some point. Just go back into building here. The study I would like to get. The bell tower, just to get the unrest down, would be good as well. Now, at the moment, research is 3 or 2.6. So if I get the study, it'll go up by another +1. Let's go and do that. We'll just start to try to sort of push it down along this road just to connect back up with everything else. And I might queue up in the city as well. I'll just go back into build. And we'll go and get the sage. So we're done there. Now if I take this Skilden city, we're then going to be able to get other things as well. So that's that would then sort of give me a bit of a connection. Now we don't have a connection through here yet, and we probably won't until we can push this out. This one here, we do have the Crystal Quarry. We can't upgrade that one just yet. We need rituals to be able to go and do that one. We've got a fair bit of crystal. We haven't started to build magical units just yet. Hi Ravensword, how are you going? So how am I? I'm doing well, thank you. Very, very well. So sort of where I work for my day job had their Christmas party yesterday, and it was fantastic. It was really, really good. They're such a great little company, actually. It's they really look after everyone. It's brilliant. So anyway, it was really quite nice. Anyway, let's keep on going. I hope everyone else is doing well. These are all connected, and the idea now is for us to try to get... Oh, I do want to get these as well. I want to go back up in here. We've got sentinels coming in one more turn there. I wish that this would be a bit more clear to sort of see what was going on. I've got the bazaar coming. This is a big thing that like unique in the world. It's coming into there as well, like so we can get even more money. So our money situation is incredibly well. So we're going to be able to sort of rush out units when we need to. I'm sort of happy enough with what we've done in the south here. Let's just keep these coming back up. That layer has now been cleared. A balanced axe. Yeah, I won't worry about that one. I'll just go and click on OK. I can equip basic units with those sorts of things, but that's a two-handed weapon. Here we go. So this is Geddens. Now Geddens, where the hell is Geddens? Oh, Geddens is the actual, this is the Conclave city. So we've got the Archivist, so increases the research a city provides. We've got the Oracle, which will actually give us one more. This is actually incorrect. This should be, and I should write this down. Hang on, just bear with me. I will try to, actually what I can do is, I will actually just jot these things down, sorry. I'm just going to go Sublime Text. Conclave level up. Just do this one. Level up. Oracle mentions essence instead of radiance, which has now been changed. That's the new name. So I'll just jot that down. Yep, that'll do. That's pretty clear. All right, so just get so I can see what's going on. So yeah, Raymond's sort of saying, sounds good. Sounds like a great party. Yeah, so it actually was good. It was just during the middle of the day, which was so just a lunchtime thing, but it was good. I got everyone that worked there Yeti drinking bottles, which was really quite nice. So with our names sort of engraved on the side and then the company logo on the other side. All right, so we'll just accept that one. And we now have another slot in here. So let's go and see what other spells we now have available. So we've got Scholar's Sanctum. This city generates +2 research per turn, so that's one that we do want to get. So we've got these at the moment. That's actually probably the one that we do want to go and let's go and cast this spell on this city. And then when we get the other buildings in through here, we're going to then be really rocketing through the research. So we're getting a lot of research at the moment, and we're going to get more and more. Hi Dragonol, how are you going? So oh, there we go. So you've actually, so you can see you need to adjust the text sizes. Yes, that was actually mentioned yesterday as well. I've had a couple of little. I'm just writing down the little things as I see them. So guys, if you're in YouTube, Dragonol is the main dev. I'm loving this. I've got to say, I'm absolutely loving this version of it. It's like previously the localization text was sort of missing in different places, but there's very, very few of it. I did find one the other day, but I didn't actually jot that one down. But it's the text is quite small. It's quite hard to sort of read a lot of the different bits and pieces on the actual thing through here. But I was assuming at some point there'll be a slider for all of that sort of stuff. But yeah, thoroughly enjoying this game at this stage. So let's go and we'll just press tab. So this is our main army. We're just going to be moving up. Now, some of these I can't really get rid of. I'll just go and see how we go as we sort of move on up. These are the Sentinels that we have. These are quite powerful. So we've actually got, and I think this was a bug last time, but no longer a bug, like looking at the actual defense that they have. So they've got a base value of 5. They've got wooden shields, leather cuirass, leather greaves, boots, helm, and vambraces. So if we have a look at, if we add all those different things up, 2, 4, 8. So essentially they had like an 8 defense. When we have a look at the, if I go back in to build or to train another one of those, you can see down there through there the defense is only 8 there anyway. So they've only got sort of like the base defense of 8. I don't know if I can see the specifics for that one through there, but this particular city, we've got this one geared up with a few different sort of radiant slots. So if I go back in, So the radiance that we actually have in through here, Aura of Might. So all units trained in the city are +1 defense per radiance, which gives them another 3. So I'm not sure why it says 8 and not 10, because it sort of looks to me... Actually, what I should do is I should actually just have a quick look and see if the other units that we had built elsewhere, because I think that was the first one. Yeah, see how this one's only got a defense of 8, and that one's only got a defense of 8 as well. If we go and click on one of these guys, double click it, and have a look at their defense, we can then sort of see what it's made up of. So they don't get any base value. So they don't like, we're getting 5, which is, I don't know why we're getting 5 actually. That's maybe there's another, maybe we've got another building. Oh, it is too. That's what it is. Yeah. So if we go back into the city here and we have a look at the actual buildings that we actually have, the Forge gives me +2 defense for trained units. And then we have this Aura of Might, which is a plus, and we've got 3 essence slots. So this actually gives me a big boost to my defense. So the units we build at Blackstead are going to be the best of the units. Hi McLeod, how you going? And Grey Badger saying, glad you're enjoying it. It's is it more than just a facelift? Yes, it is. Yeah. So Dragonol's into saying awesome. Yeah, the UI size versus text size versus localization battle. Yes, much more than a facelift. Tons of new features. I was showing this yesterday actually when we were playing it. Because this is actually a really common question. So with the it's not just Fallen Enchantress. It's actually the combination of the original Elemental plus extra stuff put on top of that one. Fallen Enchantress is, I guess you'd call that the spine or the skeleton of the game, and then you've got Sorcerer Kings as well. So what you end up with, which is different to, for example, just a facelift, it does have a facelift as well, but what it also has is it's got a crafting menu, which Fallen Enchantress didn't have. So as you sort of start to go through your tech trees, and as you clear out different areas, you'll end up with ingredients that you then have access to, and then also different recipes you can then go and build. So, for example, we've got 9 flawless iron. We don't have any actual salt, is it, or elemental frost. We don't have any clouded emeralds, but we do actually have a lot of clouded topaz. So in this case, we can't build a boreal blade, but if we go back to the daggers, we only need 2 of the flawless iron to build a dagger. So we can start to sort of now make use of this, which is actually really cool. So that's actually what was never in the original game, and now in this particular update, we've now got dynasties as well, where we can start to have, like, our main character can now have like a spouse. They can then have kids. The kids can then be either brought out and they end up sort of inheriting the traits of their parents. So the traits that we sort of see back in through here, we start to sort of see also emulated back through here as well. So depending on what traits we actually have, so you can see through there we've got cautious, over here we've got cunning, ambitious, and merchant. And so we end up with another character called Dellen, who has actually got has got merchant, cautious, and cunning. This one in through here is actually interesting. This one actually inherited a Death Apprentice. So we're going to be making Renan into a mage. So it's actually pretty cool the way it sort of does when it does work with this one through here. So and again we see the what the parent traits are: cunning, cautious, administrator, and Death Apprentice. The oldest sister, which is this one here, is Fanadri. She didn't have as much going for her. So what we did was we put her back into the pool, married her off to a guy called Roderick with a lot of different skill sets. So he's got a heap of them. So we can now expect their children, which are coming up, I think it's every 60 seasons, they then grow into being an adult. So we've got one child is only 45 seasons, and one child is 13 seasons. So we end up with an ability to then make this. So this is actually completely outside of what Fallen Enchantress had. This is, I think, going to be ultimately. I think this will be the sort of the thing that will be so different the way that you play it that it'll. I can see this aspect growing into something really interesting over time. And when we have a look at this, we actually use this is now essence back into this other side. When you create a new character, you end up with 10 essence to spend during the course of the game. And so to bring one of these back into the map cost me one essence, one of these essences, and so it does. Yeah, there is a limitation based on the amount of essence you actually have. So certain actions will cost you essence. So you've got to be careful how you spend it. Having said that, one thing you do actually have with your main faction is if you go back in and have a look at your. This is our main leader. So she ends up having under her traits, the leaders end up with an extra little thing through here, inner radiance, which gives them +1 essence. So you can get 1 extra essence by unclicking that one there. I don't need it yet, but if I really need to make use of it, I'll have to go and do that one there. What it does is it just limits the amount of heroes you can ultimately end up with. And also, if you are interested in actually what the differences are, particularly with this updated version, like this has only just been out for 3 days, if you go across, I'll tab out to Steam, the Steam page. By the way, Stardock has got like a lot of, the Steam powered, I'll just go into there, is having a special winter sale on at the moment. So there's a lot of very, very cheap things on there at the moment, including this game. I think it was 20% off. If we have a quick look at Elemental, and this is a game I just can't stop playing. This game at the moment, like I really am loving it, and in this particular version as well. Like there's been so much done with this. If we go back into the community hub, this will probably be of interest to people who have played the other games. And if we go back into discussions and have a bit of a look. So down through the bottom here, there's Elemental Reforged, what's new. If you have a look at that particular, like this is actually a little bit old now, I guess, in terms of the news. But a lot of what we're seeing now is actually being listed in here. When the first beta came out, a lot of this wasn't implemented, but it shows you the difference between Elemental Reforged, what we currently have, War of Magic, which was the original Elemental, Fallen Enchantress, and Legendary Heroes, were essentially, Fallen Enchantress ended up being Legendary Heroes, essentially. They were sort of almost like a combination, and then Sorcerer King. And so you can sort of see even just things like, for example, the different, everything that was in any one of the 3 games has been brought across, including things like terraforming, the essence system, the crafting system being brought across from Sovereignty, Sorcerer King. I always think of Sovereign Kings for some reason. Steam Workshop is new, and this is actually just come in this version as well. I'm sort of looking forward to seeing mods being built for the game. One of the things with the Workshop support, which I'll have a quick look at in a minute, high resolution visuals. It was not there before. Sorry, I just grab a drink. Champion breeding is now sort of coming through, Royal Dynasties. So we're now seeing these as well, which were part of the original Elemental, but then basically sort of were not then used in Fallen Enchantress. Look at the numbers of quests and points of interest, heaps more than what there was before. The monster types, I haven't noticed too many different monster types yet, but there's just an awful lot there. So Lord Articulate, I think I can't see the actual full name there, but thank you very much for that super chat. Very, very much appreciated. You're saying you want to give a key of this away to your community. I can provide the key. Oh, that'd be great. Thank you. Yeah, no, if you've got it, when I do a chat tactic, I'm always looking for giveaways. So for marble runs and things like that. So no, that'd be awesome. If you my email is I'll put my email down there. So it's just DasTactic.com. But that'd be awesome. Thank you. If you've got a spare key, that'd be fantastic. So saying and the YouTube side of stream as Twitch be lagging. I say lag. It's lagging again. Okay, sorry, Sev. Grey Badger is saying sounds interesting. I think I was introduced to the original by you. Yes. So I played the original. I was on the very, very original beta for Elemental, and I was sort of like, it was right when I was it's a longish story, but I was I'm a real fanboy of Age of Wonders, and I was looking for the next Age of Wonders back when Elemental was being thought of, and I was disappointed that Triumph Studios moved away from Age of Wonders to another game. I've done some sort of dungeon crawler game. I never bought it out of protest. But Elemental was, and then Fallen Enchantress was my go-to, and so I ended up falling in love with Fallen Enchantress in particular. I just really liked it. But the original Elemental and was it introduced so many innovative things, like the cloth map is something that we now see in nearly every other game. But this was the first time it was actually introduced. So even just from a gaming history side of things, this is an incredible game. Like, just in Elemental was the first game that I know of anyway to actually introduce the cloth map. As you scroll out, you get sort of like different sort of information coming back in with it, which is very cool. So anyway, it's a really important game, even just historically. So anyway, there we go, and we'll just read a few of the comments now from Twitch. So Scanix is saying, what is new if you compare this to Fallen Enchantress? Yeah, so if you have a look at that post, you will see a lot of stuff. This is Beta 2, the one that we're currently playing, which is which has brought in the Dynasties, and has also brought in, and I didn't show the Steam Workshop. Hang on, I'll just show you that. I don't know if there's much in there just yet, but if you go to the workshop, which is now new for Elemental, and so this was never part of any of the other games, but there are actually there's a few, there's not much in there yet, but I think this will ultimately be fleshed out more and more. And the thing I like about this is that they've actually now classified them, so you can see exactly what you're going to be getting. So I'm to be honest, what I'm really interested in is to see just how easy or difficult it will be to actually build an actual unit from scratch. I keep on meaning to do it when I've got like a couple of hours free, just to see what's involved. I'm not sure if the actual I think it's sort of like a weird 3D sort of adaptation from, like, when I was looking at Fallen Enchantress. I remember that it was actually not easy to build 3D objects into it, but it would be pretty cool if you could actually build something, for example, in Blender and find a way to export it out, almost like what you can do between Blender and, for example, the Unity engine. But because the code for this game has sort of been now structured from pretty much from the ground up, but I haven't actually had to look to see what's actually, what the go is there in terms of building these. But I remember last time it wasn't easy to do it. I mean, a lot of games it isn't easy to do it, but it would be pretty cool if you could actually start to have different monsters that people could actually bring in themselves, which would be really amazing, actually. So Scanix is then saying, I have around 300 plus hours, I guess, in Fallen Enchantress Legendary Heroes, so I may give it a try for the sake of it. Oh, look, you'll be so pleasantly surprised. It's funny, like when I first when I first came across the game, and sort of exposed to it, I was really expecting sort of like, not disappointment, but quite often when you have like a remastered version of a game, it doesn't feel great because you're playing an old game. You don't feel that with this game, and this is actually sort of one of these interesting things. Yes, it has been remastered in the sense that it actually has been sort of like improved. The graphics have improved. The gameplay has also dramatically improved, I think, anyway, just because of the extra stuff that's been put into it, and so and the pacing I find really good. Like, it's taken us a couple of sessions to get to, I guess, the mid game, but overall the pacing just feels really nice in the game. So that's my sort of take on it. So I think if you do actually have time in Fallen Enchantress, it's weird once you start to get into it. It feels like you're playing Fallen Enchantress, but the first time I played it, I had about 15 minutes that I could actually play it, and that was that's all I could actually spend with the game. And at that point, I was thinking, it's just Fallen Enchantress, and so with slightly better graphics. But it's so much more than that. Like, if you spend an hour with the game, if you like Fallen Enchantress, you're going to be super surprised at just how good this game feels. Anyway, that's That's sort of my take on it. It's such as it is, but I do think it's I think this is going to be an amazing game, like just sort of into the future. Anyway, let's keep on going. Actually, what might happen here is we might end up this one might extend out, touch this one. We need to get contiguous borders with our capital. If we can connect that one up there and push it across here and push this one south, that will then give us the overall connections all the way through. We don't have to connect it through the roads. It just has the borders just have to do that. These two are already connected. That's going to then give me a nice sort of starting point. Now, we were looking at other locations down here potentially to settle into as well. So we need to also secure our base in through this particular one. Scanix is saying I did it in the old game, whole new factions, so it'd be probably much easier in the current version. It looks good. Yeah, look here, there's a faction builder. There's other factions still going to be coming. There's 2 more actual factions which aren't in the game yet, and so they're going to be sort of fleshed out and brought in. I'm not sure when that's due to come, but I would imagine it'd be fairly soon. There was a way in the last version to trick the game into actually opening those factions up for you, but I don't think they were fleshed out well enough to be able to make use of it. That was the Iron Ears. It's funny because we do actually have Iron Ears in the game. Is 7 Iron Ear? No, cracks. Okay, that's fine. I thought we had an Iron Ear somewhere that had sort of come back through. So anyway, that's where we did. So yeah, and there is actually, again, if I just do a quick save, I'll just do Control S, and there's certainly things in this that need to be improved, like as you'd expect with an open beta, like with an early access game. So and if I'm trying to sort of think of the negatives, the immediate negative that comes to mind for me is the random name generator is really, really poor. The actual results of those don't really feel good, so it's sort of which is sort of a bit of a shame, because that does sort of break a bit of the immersion. What else is there? There's a few things actually that sort of the combat. I would love to actually have like a replay button in the combat, once you actually do particularly if you do an auto combat and then you aren't happy with the results and so then want to go and play it out personally. I think it really needs that strongly. So they're probably the 2 big things, and also just access into the load menu as just instead of having to go all the way back. If I just go, I'm going to go back to the main menu. You can save from the first, by pressing escape. But if I go into this in through here, we've got options. You've got tools in through here now as well. We'll just go yes because we've got the quick save. But if I go into the actual tools for the game, this is sort of like where the different aspects can be built. So if we have a bit of a look at this one through here, is that one loading? Yep, so these are the various. So you've got things like the Builder's Forge, the Cartographer's Table, the Particle Cauldron, and the Faction Creator. So you've got all these different things anyway that are now sort of in here. I haven't really played with this, but you can go, this is what I mean about the random names. The random names aren't great, sorry. So, yeah, so actually Dragon was then saying indeed should use limitation for name gen. It's sort of they're not immersive, and that's the trouble with the names. But anyway, so you've got like a full thing here where you can go and sort of generate your own factions. Again, they're not sort of like going to be too crazy. One of the things with the game, and because I've got the Dynasty system, I sort of embrace this aspect of it, where you are just playing different classes of humans, whether it be the Trogs, which are more like orcs, or the Wraiths, which is what we're playing as. They're still at the heart just human. And I always sort of now think of it more like, instead of it being like Lord of the Rings, where you do actually have orcs and goblins and these different factions that don't really interbreed, I see it now more like the Song of Ice and Fire, where you do actually have very, very distinct human factions in that sort of fantasy sort of setting. So that's how I now sort of visualize it. So Tailslow Fox is saying, so buy learn app. There we go. I'm learning apps. Yeah. So no, it's just It's just so I don't know if that will be sort of changed at some point, but I hope it does. Anyway, so you got a faction creator. I'll just go and cancel. Particle generator. This is actually from the old version where you can actually sort of build different sorts of explosions and things. Again, that was haven't opened this one up in this version, but that was something where you can sort of start to sort of just build particles for whatever you want to do. So building a lot of the modding is actually quite simple. A cartographer's table to sort of go and set up an actual map itself. I'll just quit out of that one, and then the builder's forge. What this one does is it allows you to construct a location. So you can sort of then go and add different elements, like if you wanted to sort of add in trees, you can sort of just go and do different things. So it's sort of just a way of constructing stuff, and you can sort of ultimately end up with a 3D environment if you're wanting to, which is cool. So you've got different colors, the actual terrains themselves. Yes, okay, so yeah, that sort of just builds the bits and pieces on the bottom there. I haven't played with this one. The last time I played with something like this was actually way back in and I think you can rotate from memory. It was way back in Fallen Enchantress. Yeah, there we go. When you go and click on it, this is, you can go and click on these things here. You can change the scale, offset, rotation. No, not through the X. Hang on, just get that one back. Yeah, so you can end up just constructing your own little areas, which is pretty cool. So anyway, that's they're the new things that are sort of we now have access to in this version of it. So there's no unit creator as such. So that's why I do want to have a look at the Banshee to see if they can be reverse engineered to actually be able to use a program like Blender to actually create. I think it's going to be too complex for unless you're really into 3D modeling and rigging and stuff like that. I think it'll be a bit too hard to sort of build characters or build monsters, but it would be cool if you could. I think that the Banshee may be using an existing model. I think that's how that one's working. Anyway, let's just go back and load our game in. So this is beta 2 that we're playing at the moment. Just go into quick save and load. And there was a question yesterday about the stability of this version, because the previous one was crashing a fair bit. Not a hell of a lot, but enough that you did notice it. I haven't had a single crash with this one. Now, having said that, I'll probably get a crash. But there used to be crashes when you loaded things in. Other questions we have is, Dwayne Clarkson saying, curious if there's been any discussion about weather effects on the global map. I don't think so, actually, but that's a really nice suggestion, actually, to sort of have things chop and change a bit, because it does have terraforming. That'd be interesting, actually, even just isolated areas. Like it's sort of like some games actually have, like this game does have regions. It sort of has weather effects in the specific regions, and we haven't come across one in this map yet, but there are in the generation of the map, there are specific regions which have got a theme to them. But it would be nice if the map itself was segmented into different regions, and then you did actually have different sorts of weather effects that could actually come into it. That's actually a really nice thought, of what you could then go and do, and it may impact, for example, how different units fight in, for example, it might be sort of like it may be snowy or muddy or something like that, which would actually be quite interesting. And if it was just in small segment, like if, for example, I don't know if the game does it this way, but I think it sort of ends up with like areas. But if that was, say, for example, like a themed area, which could then have its own weather effects, another one through there, for example, if there was almost like different areas of the map, I think that could work really, really well. Just trying to see if there's any. We've got like trade networks that are running across the map. Sometimes you will sort of find themed zones, and I can't see any just yet. So, but there will be some like this. I know that there's some, for example, where it's like a frost theme, but it's not a weather system as such. So, but that's a nice idea. Chris is saying, is the Dynasty system like Old World? It's not as defined as that. Really, what it is, and I think that, again, this is something that could ultimately be fleshed out. And I'm thinking that over time, this is, I think this game is just going to keep on getting better and better and better. Like, and it's going to be, and I'm not just talking about in the coming months. I think it's going to be a game that will just improve over time, and which is sort of what, like a lot of the Stardock games, that's what happens with them. There's the passion projects, which I love, which sort of means that there is a lot of I guess there's a lot of ongoing attention that ends up being sort of applied to the actual games themselves. But in this case, with the Dynasty system, it's more an excuse for you to be able to craft your own your own characters that you can then bring into the map. So we've got these 4 on the map at this stage. We've got 2 more babies which will grow up as well. So depending on what their traits are, based on their parent, their lineage, we'll then sort of be able to then hopefully end up with some pretty powerful heroes coming back in. Actually, there we go. So Dragonel's saying the Wildlands have their own weather. Oh, okay. So all right. So that's interesting as well. Is the Wildlands though those big themed areas, or is that different again? I'm not sure actually exactly where they go. Hi Began, how are you going? Yeah, anyway, there's a lot coming. There's a lot in this game. The game is no longer 32-bit; it's now 64-bit. The code has been sort of built from scratch again, it's sort of been built up. It's got now localization, which it didn't have previously. Now that's a medium army. This one I think we're a little bit tricky with. I'll show you the again if you're sort of coming in fresh to the game. One of the there has been sort of thoughts is, where does it, like another question that's quite common is, where does it sit next to Age of Wonders 4? It doesn't. This doesn't compete in my opinion. The only thing that's similar between these games is that they're both in the genre of fantasy. That's pretty much it. This game, the pacing is very different. The combat is very different. Everything is different about this. They don't really I love Age of Wonders as well, but I've got to say I'm really, really loving this game as well. And I'll happily play either game. I find this game a little bit easier to sort of get into, or it's if I'm a bit tired, I'll play this game. If I'm really, really thinking sharply, I'll happily play Age of Wonders. But I find that if I'm tired, I make too many mistakes in Age of Wonders, and so. But in this game, it's the pacing it does feel like it's a bit faster. Like even in the combat, we're going to go and do this combat fairly soon. Let's just go and press Tab, and we'll just go across to each element that's left over. That's got one more move. Just move that one up. These sentinels, I want to move them across to our army back over here, which is sort of sitting back and through this other side. We do actually have a really powerful stack that's actually now moved off into here, this Hergon's army, which is a bit of a, this is scary because this one is actually so strong. I've got nothing to compete with that. I'm going to go and grab the full army that we actually have in through here, and just going to go and see if I can. I'm going to take this infestation out while we're here. The roads give you a lot of movement, by the way, so it's not just a little bit extra. So you can see we've still got 2 more moves left. So we've taken this layer, which means this thing's just going to be wandering around all over the place, and we've got an obsidian kite shield, 8 defense, which is really, really high. So I'm going to go and equip that. Even though it was the son, Renan, who actually had found the Prince of Reslin's army, was the one that actually got there. But he doesn't get the shield. So when you go to equip, it's not him that does it. And this, again, it's these little things I think would actually be beneficial if you knew what you were actually upgrading. Because quite often you'll actually get something you think, is it worth it? And, for example, let's just say I don't know what my main character has got or hasn't got. I can't see immediately what I'm upgrading. So the safest thing for me to do is to not equip it, but to go and click on OK, and then go across to the unit that's going to be equipped. And it would be, again, nice to be able to sort of cycle through your heroes. You can also put them on other units as well, but the heroes are, I guess, where you're sort of mainly thinking about it. Once I've got her selected, I then click on Equip, and I then have to look to see, does she have a shield? And she doesn't have one. And so in this case, that shield is going to be here. And so for the armor, I can just now go and place that one there. She's got to be at least level 5, but she's level 10 now. So that's sort of something where it'd be nice to be able to sort of see even this sort of slot, just so you can sort of see what they've currently got, whether you want to be replacing it, and then a cycle to just go through. In fact, even just that with the heroes would be awesome to be able to then go and say, okay, who needs the shield? That would be really, really nice, actually. So I guess there's quality of life things in the game that would be great to have eventually, but one day hopefully we'll see what happens. So that's now been given to her. She's now even stronger than what she was before. So just go and click on done. So she's becoming a real beast. So Zymorph is actually our queen, the queen that we actually have in the game. All right, we'll continue on through here. These guys are still sort of marching forward. These ones in through this other side now can actually just go back. They've still got two moves. This grey rock, if these do wander into grey rock, they will actually destroy it, but it's too strong. Our force, you can see there, we've only got an attack of 85 and a hit points of 153. And if I hover over the Hergon's army, you can see that it's got an attack of 307. A defense of 87, which is crazy, and then the actual health points of 946. So we cannot fight that. I'm actually expecting that I'm going to be losing this city at some point. So at the moment, I'm just going to put everyone back into here because I don't want them fighting that. Being and saying some non-hero units become much better than heroes when they level up. Also, some creatures, men are horrible, even at high level. Yeah, some are. And Being and saying, I played a few games where all I did was get weird creatures and level them up really high. Okay, that's pretty cool. So Chris is saying, yeah, I love this. I'd say this game is closer to Master of Magic than Age of Wonders 4, the rebooted one. Yes, yeah, that's a good. Yeah, that's how I see it too. It's actually it's much closer to the remake of Master of Magic. And one of the funny things is that Elemental, way back, was actually was essentially the thought was it was going to be the next Master of Magic, but then the licensing for I forget who had it at that stage, Atari or someone, actually just parked it and then wouldn't get rid of it. And so all of the remakes of Master of Magic that were in the works, and there was a few of them, Elemental being sort of one of them, was my understanding, really weren't able to be continued with the way that they were sort of then working. So we end up essentially with these sort of games, but they do have a bit of a I guess the same sort of feel of Master of Magic, which I really like Master of Magic as well. I still don't know exactly how Slytherin got hold of the intellectual property for Master of Magic. I hope they do more with it, to be honest. So Dwayne Clark is saying the tile/locator creator thing looks very fun on its own. I think I'll make a go of it this weekend and see what I can come up with. Well, now you've got Steam Workshop, so if you build something, chuck it in the workshop. Like once you build thing, you can just upload it. I haven't tried doing that myself, but you can then sort of theme them. You can actually also then go and build and so what they end up being is things like where are they? We've got some still on the map. Down here. So this here is actually exactly one of those. So this has been constructed using that one. It's got the 4x4 tile creator, and it's just one of the. It's a quest location, and so this is a deadly ancient ruins, too strong for me, and so I don't really want to be going into that one just yet. And all of them are like all of these little tile things, like this one here, for example. You can see the little guys working away on this clay quarry. It's just all it's all been sort of they're all been sort of fleshed out with what they then go and do. So it's just using the same tools. I think that even things like I don't know if these buildings, if they're actually bits on top of other bits to then go and construct what they look like. So it may even be that these are like that as well, but I'm not sure exactly how that one works in the way that the actual system does work. But again, you can sort of see the different town folk. If you are finding that your system is struggling with the with the graphics, which it really doesn't, well, I shouldn't say that, but I've got a pretty strong system. But the if you can, I think you can turn off the characters as well. I think if you press escape, there is something where you've got bloom effects. I saw it somewhere. I forget where it was. There's a lot of stuff in through here. Advanced options. Pedestrians, there they are. Display cosmetic pedestrians in the designs, disabled to increase performance. So you can turn them off if you're wanting to, but I like them. You don't see them very much unless you're sort of zoomed in. But again, it's a role-play game. It's much more of a role-play game than Age of Wonders. And so it's sort of, it does, in that sense, it's the immersion is the important thing. So it's pretty cool. What do we get up to in the comments there? So, yeah, Scanix is in saying, so you can equip items from the other parts of the map. It was better in Master of Magic where you have to use mana to, yeah, I guess that's an argument that you could make, like, you know, whether you do need to sort of use something, like, and we do actually have mana that we are making. Yeah, I guess that, look, that's probably, you're probably right, you know, like if it was at a local area, I don't know, like it's sort of one of those things, the game is pretty streamlined in a lot of ways, you know, this is, you know, again, you know, it is what it is, but I'm not sure. That's an interesting question though. Actually, so Magnamichi is then saying indeed, yeah, and Chris is saying actually I thought Age of Wonders 4 is very much a role-play game if you wanted to play it that way. I guess you can as well, but I think this one, the fact that you've now got the Dynasty systems and stuff like this, it's like this game is very, very streamlined. You know, I've heard people say it's that the pacing is slow. I don't find that at all, except the way I play it, of course, where I just sit here on one turn for half an hour or whatever, just talking about stuff. But it's but the actual overall pacing, I find when I'm just playing it for fun, it's just, I feel that it just feels good the way it's just thumping along. And there's games, for example, like Eardor. I hate the pacing in Eardor, but love the game. The pacing I find so slow in Eardor, like just to be able to move out and move around the map. Whereas this game, it feels good. Like if you overexpand, you're going to get kicked for it. Like, you know, this for example is a bit of an overexpansion where we have to be a bit careful. We do have to build up an army to protect our holdings. If that one disappears, these guys will still just wander around. This will be their sort of area on the map, and you know, we're not going to be able to do much about that. So yeah, there's bits and pieces that do go on with the game, which is interesting again. Began saying the Eardor games are hidden gems. They've got a very, very, again, the Eardor games have got a very, very good tactical combat system. This game as well, look, we'll be doing this one as soon as I end my turn. I'll just press tab and we'll just get through. So Blackstead, I'm going to build myself I'm going to train myself up another Sentinels of Hagust. We can get these pretty quickly at this stage. Let's go and train them up. One thing we need to be doing here, technology has now been researched into there. Now, if we continue the research, we're getting rituals in 6 seasons. I will continue it. This particular faction that we're playing is more magical than most other factions, and the tech tree that we have for it is fairly unique. So if we go back into the actual tech themselves, the thing I actually want to get now as fast as I possibly can is to level up the numbers of units. So instead of having 3 units per stack, I want to go to 4. So let's just see, so magic is sort of where we're focusing at the moment. So we're getting rituals at the next thing, which will give us the crystal mine, where we can sort of go and get even more crystal. The abbey, the sacrificial. This is actually a good one for us to go and get. So we get other spells sort of unlocked. Some of them will be unique for us. We're going to be wanting to go through this particular one fairly well. We go back to warfare. Drills will give me +1 army size, which would be nice to have, but it's the actual numbers in the units that I want to be sort of now focusing on, and that is in the civilization menu. So there's nothing much there. I'm just seeing if there's anything here that we really want to be getting. Weaponsmithing. These would all again be nice to have, but they're a fair way off. So if we go back to civilization, and now what we're looking for is to change it to the party sizes. And we'll just see where that one sort of kicks in. See how it's got group? That's the next one that we have to go for. So I think I'm going to. I think I might let rituals go. And we'll come back for cooperation next. And then after that, we've got +1 army size there. and again, depending on which faction you're playing, you're going to end up with different types of things. We can't use metal armor playing as the Wraiths. So there's we go. Squad is the next one after that. So that's a little way off. But this is actually where I sort of want to be going, because I'm going to need lots of units, lots of numbers. And then the company is like the highest level. That's the highest. That's the. So it goes, at the moment we've got 3 unlocked, which I don't know if it even shows it on the map. No, I think we start off at 3 by default. The group is 4. The squad is 5. And then the company is 6. That's 6 characters per group. So when we have the Sentinels, for example, instead of it being 3, if we can get up to there, that'll be 6, which again is very, very powerful. So I do want to focus on that, because we're going to be needing our armies when we go to war with Gildan. Gildan is sort of is unhappy, and that's fine. We're probably actually in a good enough position to declare war, but I want to bring up my main army first before we go and do that one. I'll show you the combat. Now this is where actually I can't quite get there. There's rough terrain here, and so I can move into there. That would chew up 1 movement, but if I move to there, it's going to chew up 2 movement. So that's all I can really do at that point. Just going to move these up. Achievement built. Here we go. So under the leadership and forward thinking of Zymov, the Empire of Reslan has now built the Merchant Cross Bazaar. No other Merchant Cross Bazaar can be built in the world of Elemental. So this is a unique building that we end up having. So back over through here, if we have a bit of a look, that's it there. So if we go and double click on the city itself, so the Merchant Cross Bazaar is going to then really boost our money along, which is where. This one here. So actually it provides +10 fame. It's a wealth achievement. So Legendary Trading Centre, the nation that is able to construct it will see a boost in Gildar across all their cities. So all our cities are going to get a boost to Gildar coming back through. If we have a look at the actual Gildar itself, we're getting 6.5. I'm not seeing the Merchant Cross Bazaar just yet, so it might be another turn before we start to sort of see that one through there. But we will start to sort of see more and more money now coming in. And where money is important is it does give us the ability to quickly finish off different things. Now, we've got no construction in Hagus. Let's just see if there's any buildings that we desperately need. Guardian statue we don't need just through here just yet. This is going to help with the... actually, it does give us a zone of control. And zones of control at this stage are going to give us the contiguous. Actually, let me explain what's going on in my thought process. In this, each city itself, if we have a look at Hagust and look at the unrest, you can see we're down to just 1% unrest. So we've got hardly any unrest in the city. And so we can see down through there, we're getting +10 in tax, sorry, +21 because of the taxes that we actually have. The city count penalty, every city that we have essentially adds, we've got 5 cities, we're getting +15. So we're getting like an extra 3 for every city. Then we've got all the negatives. So we've got the bell tower is taking 5 away, the cleric is taking 5 away, and then Dallin is actually what the second sister that's been brought onto the map. She's stationed inside Hagut's, and so she is actually providing other bonuses, like another -25 to the actual unrest. So this one that allows the city to be able to build things really quickly, and even the growth that we have is still growing. It's only very, very slight, but there's still growth there. So if I can improve the growth, that would be good. Growth will then get me up to the different levels. We're at level 3 at the moment, and each level will then unlock other buildings for you as well. It's quite involved. It would be great to actually have like a really full building directory, and I guess there may be the here going on.
Welcome to Elemental. My name's Brad Wardell.
Just going to these things through here for the buildings. We do actually have all the buildings, but I don't know if it doesn't sort of. This isn't as clean as, for example, Age of Wonders, where you can sort of see everything. But there's a lot of buildings in the game that you can sort of then get access to as you unlock the higher levels of your cities. But there's no way to sort of see exactly what that is. Actually, I don't know. Let's have a quick look and see again. If we go back to game concepts, cities, it's probably not going to tell us exactly what we can then go and do through here. City details. a lot of information in here, but there's yeah, I've got leveling up. I'm sort of seeing the different bits and pieces there. Anyway, that's but the cities themselves, as they become higher level, so at the moment we're level 3 on this city. If I just go back into build again, I don't have that much to build. So the grocer is going to give me a faction food per grain. So this is actually, I'm going to go and grab that one there. The inn is going to give me food bonuses in the cities as well. The study will give me extra research. At the moment I'm doing, 2 research at this point in time. The Guardian statue will give me another zone of control, which I don't really have a need for at this stage. So it's these other things in through here. Let's go and get the grocer. And I do want to be pushing out to the left because there is some stuff out that way. I will go and grab the inn. Now the inn is usually just an upgrade, so I will actually go and build that one as well. You can see it's just queuing them up down the bottom through there. And then the study, I think the faster we can get through our research, the better. And I can't really push that out much further than that. Actually, there's not much else down that way. What else is there we want? I can get that other ways. Yeah, I might just keep on sort of pushing it up this way a little bit. The Guardian statue is not really important there, so we'll just go and click on Done. And sometimes it doesn't bounce back to its default view, but we're just going to go and place that one there. So I'm just going to let that one just keep on building up for the future. Blackstead, we're still just building the Sentinels at this stage. I think it's coming in 2 more turns. But we want these to expand out. So once the study is built in here, getting a Guardian statue will then give me another boost out to here. If I can, there is actually an unlock to for these. If I upgrade the outpost, these are different things I can do with the outposts. So at the moment, we've just got a basic outpost. So we need the rituals, which we're getting, to go and get an abbey. So this one halves the cost of tactical spells inside the region of the actual outpost itself. The outposts perform all sorts of different things. They open up locations for you, but they also do allow you to then do different things with them. So decrease the cost of tactical spells cast in the outpost borders, the armory, plus 25% attack to friendly units in the zone of control. Again, sort of helps a lot. Caltrop slows the enemy down. A consulate. So these require different technologies. Plus 1 growth to the attached city. That's interesting. Then we've got fortified, so plus 25 defense to units inside the zone of control. Down through here we've got a high tower, plus 1 zone of control. This is actually is probably what we want to be getting here. This one requires construction technology, so we might aim for that. And then we've got stables as well. So requires the mounted warfare technology, so doubles friendly unit movement inside the zone of control. But I think the high tower is what we want in this location. So getting the construction technology, if I just go and click on Done, have a quick look and see where construction technology actually is. That is down here. So we will go for cooperation next after we sort of finish off rituals. And then we'll go construction, so we can actually then go and build the high tower. So there's a lot of complexity, like there's a lot of layers in the game, I guess, that you don't sort of really, like if you know that they're there, you can start to plan for them, but you don't really notice them that much. Anyway, press tab, we just keep on going with these units. So we now actually have this particular fight. Again, because I can't redo the fights from within the game itself, I always do a quick save, just in case I'm not happy with the result. And in this case, you can see down through there, they've got an attack of 60. Defense of 44 is very, very high. They've got 2 large rock spiders. And we have our main hero who is quite strong, but these are very, very strong. I think I'll cancel that actually, and we'll come back and deal with that once we're stronger. So just with the defense they have, I think it's just a bit too much for us. Construction completed on the down through here with the marketplace. Let's just go back into this one and just go back to build. Sorry, we do have a market here. This is going to give me Gildar again. I'm doing fine with Gildar. The thing I really want to be getting is, like, at the moment we're getting the 1 growth, and I would like to get more. The other thing we have, the bell tower. Actually, this is one thing I didn't show you before, sorry. I was talking about the unrest in the cities. This one's got 1% because we actually have this character in here. So Dellen, if we have a look at Dellen herself, double click on her and look at her traits or even skills, we're then going to sort of find that she actually does have, where is it? Let's go all Gildar. Yeah, -15, she's a commander. So -15% to unrest in the city. This unit is with that one through there. And then traits, I think we may have done even more. Gildar in there. No, it mustn't. There's another way that she's getting that as well. I think it's just her presence in the city is also bringing down the unrest. If we have a look at this one, this city and through this other side, this one also then has a unit in here to generate more Gildar. And if we have a look at the actual city itself again, we'll then sort of see that its unrest is 0. So it's actually, and Sev is actually again is a commander, and so is actually pulling the unrest down. I can increase the amount of tax, but I'm just going to keep it on normal, I think, in that sort of case. When we come across here, these are not connected to the capital. If we have a look at Kirksfield, which is what we're looking at through here, the unrest is up to 36%. And so we have our taxation, we have our city count penalty of +15. Actually, it's not coming up with the... there should be another one where it's actually got because it's not connected to the capital. For some reason, it's sort of allowing that to show up. Let's try this one in here. Don't know why that's actually not showing up the... so it's also 36. See how it says down there, it's got territory not contiguous to the capital of +15. That's what I'm expecting to see. So we have a few different things in through there which are reducing it a little bit, but they're also being raised. So getting that to be contiguous with the capital, meaning connected with the capital, for some reason, it thinks that one is, and I don't know why. That surprises me, yeah. That should be actually even higher. Should be another +15 on that one. Anyway, that's we need to get all of these different things connected. We need to increase the range of this conclave and get that one sort of thumping along as well. So they're back sort of on the area. I don't want to connect this up because if they wander into this mine, this iron mine, I want that to just be collapsed if they wander in without it actually affecting the city. It just gives me a little bit more leeway, just a little bit. They're building an earth altar now, which is fine. Just press tab to go to each location. We'll just keep on building stuff up. So the bell tower, we'll go and grab that. And the cleric, I should have done the cleric first. And if we can just move them back, we'll sort of end up with the different units there. The study eventually, the well, is going to be a food bonus. We are only getting +1 food, but let's just focus on the other things first, and then we'll sort of start to build up the actual, this one here will end up sort of building up over time. That's all right, just press tab. Bring this one across. Okay, another girl to Fanadri and Roderick. So that is now another one coming back into here. So the oldest one is now 53. We've got 7 more seasons, 21 seasons, and this is the first one in through here as well. So they've got kids. We don't know what their stats are going to be, but we'll soon find out. The dad is very, very advanced with stuff that he can do. So you do have like an ability to marry them off, or to recruit them. So it's a nice sort of simple system. So hi Tenru, how are you going? And Sia Furia, hi to you as well. So Chris is saying, so you can play tall in this, I guess, to a degree. You sort of, in one sense, you don't want to be expanding too quickly because you end up with these sort of wandering units coming through, which you have to be careful of. These haven't moved, but these can be quite debilitating if they actually happen to just wander into a city. So you need to be protecting what you've got, essentially. We've got like a group, another air elemental temple down through here, which spawned in. And so these are problematic. So the more you can actually sort of end up with a secure territory, the better off you're going to be. We do need to get more pioneers, actually. That's one thing that we are a bit remiss with. The sentinels, again, I'm just going to keep on moving them across into here. And this one here, I'm not going to go into there. Now we do actually have the ogre's army is medium as well. Now they're probably, we're still not quite strong enough. I think we might move everyone out along the road. So we'll just get them sort of coming back through. And just have again, so Blackstead. Building. If I get the Guardian statue, that's going to ultimately give me the... I might just build that here because it'll then give me the gold mine. So we'll build the Guardian statue in there. Now, this is Renan, has now leveled up. So we have different abilities back into here. So we do actually have the Death Mage spell. And ultimately we'll be wanting to use this character for that. But I think we're going to go healer. Let's just get some basic stuff. We also have 15 potential just to get the even leveling up even faster. Let's go and do that one there. Move this one up. And then we'll move these across. By the way, guys, if you are interested, Battlemate and I are hoping to actually have a cooperative multiplayer game tomorrow of Ashes of the Singularity 2. So we'll be playing that probably around about this time. So if you're interested, I'll be streaming that both on the Twitch channel, also on the YouTube channel. So that should be, it's good fun. I always enjoy playing games with Battlemate because we disagree about so much. Tenor is saying that as a dev should add a coloured range indicator for outpost buffs, separate from the white. Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, so that if, for example, there'd be a line through here at this stage, so you can sort of see, because sometimes it will end up surrounded by other things. That would be pretty cool, actually, to be able, even if you hovered over it, to then highlight the area that you're talking about, or clicking on it would actually then give you the range. That's a good idea, good suggestion, very good suggestion. So once incorporated into your empire, the outpost range indicator disappears. Yeah, but it would be nice to just click on them anyway and know what you're dealing with. Yeah, nice suggestion, that one. Okay, so Scanix is saying, I think you can. This is talking about playing tall. It is possible in Fallen Enchantress Legendary Hero, so I think it will be playable. I don't know, like for me, the goal of the game ultimately is to take territory and to take resources. So playing tall, I don't think would work all that well in this game. I think you do need to play to a point like where you get hold of as many resources as you possibly can, not as fast as you can, but over time. And there's certain things that are really, really valuable. Just trying to see if there's any. There's Twilight Bees, which I always like to try to get hold of, if I can. So there's iron ore. Yeah, so there's a few things like iron ore we don't desperately need in this particular game. We might even if we get another. We just keep on building up armies and then sort of starting to sort of segment out the different groups. They're not going to fit inside there. I'll get the Queen back this way, I think. Because we've got the Guardian statue coming soon. How many have we got in here now? We've got 3. Let's bring this other unit back across. Rituals coming in 2 seasons. Alright, so we'll just bring this army into here for starters, and then we'll sort of start to then just get ready for the next phase of the game. No construction down this way. Now we've got a grave elemental there. So we've just built this one through here. Now, because we're playing as the Wraiths, we end up with these when we do build on a location like this. And this is only for the Wraith faction, by the way. We end up getting these special units in. So we've got a young Grave Elemental has come back into for us to then use however we feel it should be used, which is actually cool. It's got very, very good defense. So if I keep on, and so we've got the Grave Elemental comes from the Earth things. Again, it's really nice little like extras that you sort of end up getting depending on which faction you're playing. So in this case, when we do go and build one of those, we've got a few down this way as well. So another air shard down through there. So we should actually really focus on getting these shards just so we can build up these elementals as well. That would be pretty cool. Right, we'll just go on tab. So no construction through here. We're just going to keep on building across. The monument, don't really need it, to be honest, at this stage. I'm sort of worried about these things. I don't really want them wandering beyond the wilds. So we'll just get another study. And I'll build it sort of down in this area. This is not an important city for us. All right, training completed for Sentinels again, back in through this other side. If we move that one in. Oh, sorry, that was from before. Okay, so Noct Nightbringer is now leveling up as well. We've got the assassin skills. We don't actually have any chainmail proficiency yet. We're going to need. This one's just spawned as well, so we'll have to be a bit careful of that. I think what I'll do is I'll focus on getting the. We've got accuracy. We should have dodge. Vital strike is in through there. Oh, there's the dodge there. I'll just keep on getting more dodge. Okay, so new technology. We now have rituals. So we're not going to. This is now wanting to get arcane mastery, which is 10 seasons. Let's change our research. What's that going to give us? Cursed City, Blessed City, produce mana. Erog's Tower provides +1 air shard and +1 fame, and alchemy lab. So I think I'll just leave that one for now. We'll go back to where we are here. I'd like to get cooperation as fast as I can, and then construction after that. So we'll start now that will give us administration, which will then give me another thing like getting growth, for example, which would be useful, and then mining as well would be useful down the bottom through here, as is agriculture. So just go and click on done. So these have now spawned. They're weak, but this army, so this shadow is also not really all that strong at this stage. So I'm just going to move them all up. All right, where are we up to? So if we just go and press tab. Actually, I don't know if I put down. Yes, the mini map doesn't no longer moves around. I keep on forgetting to give that feedback. Sage is fine. Building the inn in here now, which is fine as well. Do need to get more pioneers. This one here ultimately is a bit too expensive for us. We've got 68 now, so we're getting the fame is actually improving, which is again good. So yeah, the sage is still being built. Again, I can rush these if I'm wanting to for 400 odd gold, but I don't need to be doing that one just yet. But we can start to sort of push things along if we need to, but I'm thinking we're going to need to do that with armies. Only got one more slot in here, which I think I'll bring the other character in. Let's bring her up into that particular group. Actually, upgrading these is going to be more important to us once we sort of get the group. That's all fine where that is. So we'll just go and press tab. Another girl. Wow, they're getting lots and lots of kids. Trade proposal, Gildan, economic treaty. Now they're unhappy with us. See, that's what I don't think they should really be. They shouldn't offer trade if they're this unhappy. I'll still do it for now. Okay, so KDL has now grown up. So in our areas of the dynasty, we now actually have, and this will be interesting to see. Again, just to summarise, she doesn't have much skills, but the dad does. So Roderick has got a heap of skills, like a fire apprentice, a mage. The mage won't be coming across. He's got a fireball spell, scholarly pursuits, blink, so grants the blink combat ability, intelligent, so +1 research when stationed in a city, and then also devout, +1 mana when stationed in a city. So we'll see what he's got. So he's only just come in. All he's got is the merchant, and actually he does have mage. He's coming in with mage straight away. So he's not that great. So what we can do is we can arrange a marriage for him if we wanted to. He doesn't have great skills. I can either do this one or imbue him, which is going to cost me one of my essence slots, and he's not worth it. It was us that had a baby. Yeah, so the originals had another baby in here. I think I'll just leave this one go, and then we'll see what we need to do. Yeah, we'll see if we can actually get a really, really strong character and get them married off somewhere else as well. So I won't do that one just yet. Right, so we've got Blackstead there. Actually, what I will do is I do want to keep on. The Guardian Statue's coming in too. I think I'll wait until I've got the administration will be here in 2 seasons. Now we're still a bit of time away. Let's go north with the force. Keep Seth behind. This Sidram Demon is a bit too weak at this stage, so I'll leave that one behind for now. But we'll go and grab Zymoff. I do want this one to level up. I'll grab both of those. Hang on, just press shift. Get those 3. The Shadow Warg is strong-ish. Go that way as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's all we can really bring in at this stage with our armies. Yep, that's the maximum. So we are sort of seeing now things wandering around. And so we're only medium, but we'll just do an auto-resolve. This again where I would be really cool if there was like a replay button once you sort of do this. And so we took a bit of damage there, so here's us Shadow sort of. So this is actually where it'd be nice to be able to replay if you needed to. When Age of Wonder's introduced, oh, here we go, so another girl, getting lots and lots of potentials. So again, building out here is fairly important to us. I think as soon as I get another city, I'm just going to start to pump out the pioneers. In fact, we might start doing that here. Got 4 coming with the study. Actually, no, I'll leave it go. Leave it go. Okay, new technology. We've now got administration. It gives us more buildings. Just going to continue our research. We're going to get cooperation in 12. Great Wolf Den. This may be a little bit beyond us. Would be interesting. Interesting fight, that one. Might just do a quick save. Again, save scumming is the way to do this. You're considered strong. We don't have any more moves there. So we've got no construction coming back in through this other side. Let's just go back into the build menu and just see if there's anything else. We do have now another crystal mine, which is back over there. Actually, sorry, this is the actual crystal mine itself. The shrine is going to give us even better unrest, which we don't need here. Town hall is going to give us +1 zone of control. That's useful for us. We'll go and build that because we want to get the gold mine. Done. Now, the attack, this is actually, I'll just cancel this one and just do a quick save. Control S. Oh, we're under attack. Right, so they're actually attacking us. We're going to battle. Good. Now we've got our Shadow Walk back over here. Just normal wolves in through this other side, which aren't really a big problem. It's this Great Wolf that will be the bigger issue. When I hover over it, you can see 62 hit points. It's more the what you need to do when you're actually evaluating these fights is to compare the how survivable it is with the sort of damage it's going to do. Now, it can do up to 25 damage. So there's a fair bit of damage it can actually then go and do. When we have a look at a normal wolf, they can do 14. They've only got 33. That's 14. Group of 3 and through here is only 15, so it's actually not that strong. So these the ebon wolves are can do 14. So by far the biggest damage is this one here, but I can actually kill these other ones off faster. So I'm going to try to get rid of this one initially. Actually, I'll be able to get rid of that with those. So I will actually just come back up into these other areas. She's got great protection, and she's also got great dodge. So she's going to be able to, she's got high initiative, dodge value is exceptionally high. So she shouldn't really have too many issues here. I'm just going to move her up to try to sort of keep these others occupied, but they will ignore her when they go for the others. Let's just keep this going. So not enough damage there. Oh, we are being hit. Okay, that was a retaliation strike. And our Shadow Walk has only got 36 and no actual protection. These have got no protection as well. These are quite similar. 33, 36. So we're going to need more than what we see through here. And again, if I play this one incorrectly, we will end up with other problems. So I'll go for it. They dodged. It did hit back. And only 6 damage, which is fine. Now this is too much for me. Okay, now we can just do big damage with the Sentinels. The Sentinels do a fair bit of damage into here. So 18. Now this one's got 27, no defense. It's got a horrific whale. Infection. What else have we got? Hopelessness. We've got a fair bit of mana. But resisted it, unfortunately. That's good. Oh, this is not what we want. So we need to now stop them from coming through. We are taking damage there. This one also really can't afford to get hit again, which it will be, unfortunately. I'm going to pass. Ah, damn it. So this is already now not... I don't want to play this one out. So I'm going to go back to my quick save. This is where I would be save scumming. Well, I am going to be save scumming, but there we go. We're losing too many units. So it's a bit too dangerous for us. Let's try to finish this off. Okay, the big wolf is gone. It dodged. I'll just finish it off. But yeah, these were yeah, this isn't good. So we'll just go and click on done, and we'll go back out. And unfortunately, you have to go all the way out to load game. Should we want to abandon your current game? Yes. Quick save. Load. Hopefully we don't have to fight this one again. If we do, I think I'll go back to the autosave. so I don't want to be losing these units just yet. Oh, thank you very much, Dwayne, for the super chat. Very, very much appreciated. Yep. So K Cole is saying the AI wolf spam spam is pretty harsh. Can be, yes. Yep. So we've got that one there. So I'm going to move away from this particular fight. And we'll just keep on expanding up and having a bit of a look at what else there is around. This one requires 117 fame. We'll just auto-resolve that one. Bandits at the top. These are all fairly easy. There's a Quendling armory in through there. These are sort of like Draconians. Okay, so now what we really want is just to train up the Pioneers. It's very close now. I don't think we're going to easily make that work that way. We'll see. They're building the study, which is fine. I'll press tab. Everything is now moved. I'll just auto-resolve. I don't know if that's... We'll see how that one goes. Yeah, we took a fair bit of damage there, but it's still alive, and everything else is actually okay. So they can be a bit dangerous. Let's go and take their loot. Again, just get in the habit of Control S. So we can auto save there. It's another Great Wolf's army. I'm just not able to really contend with them. I'm going to need to get more of the Sentinels to maybe just go in just purely with Zymoth. I was just hoping to sort of get these guys leveled up a little bit by being in with the main leader. So I've got no construction in through here. Let's just go back into building and just see what we can build. Crystal Mine will then just give me a little bit extra, which we will need, I think, at some point. The Guardian Statue, Zone of Control, it says it goes up by +1. I can see that being useful, so we'll just go and keep on building that one up. This is generating a lot of research now. Probably need to get more conclaves as well. So I've got that's done. Tab across the wildlings. Should be easy. I'll just auto resolve. No, it's not easy. Okay, so we did actually end up doing pretty badly there. So I'll just go and click on done, and we'll just go back in and load in again. So we've screwed up there. Again, this rigmarole of doing the save scumming, if you do like save scumming. And it's a good way to learn games, is to save scum. Okay, so Goop Blue is saying both Age of Wonders 4 and Distant Worlds 2 are on sale. If you had to pick up one, which would we pick? Well, I guess they're both exceptionally good games. If you had to choose between them, I love both games. It depends on what you like. I think if you're into sort of simulation games, then I would go Distant Worlds 2. If you're looking for more immersion and role play, I would pick Age of Wonders 4. If the choice was between those two, that would be my sort of take on it, I guess. So I think Age of Wonders 4 has got better immersion. In fact, Tenru on Twitch is saying not Age of Wonders 4. Tenru doesn't like Age of Wonders 4, by the way. So Brother Raven saying, any new updates to this game? Yes, came out 3 days ago. So we were playing with the new version with the new Dynasty system, which is back in through here, where you end up with getting children and so on and so forth. And which can then become heroes, plus other things as well. So there's a lot of stuff. If you, I've sort of covered this on earlier, so I won't go into it in too much detail. But yeah, the Dynasties is a new one. The Steam Workshop is another new one as well. So there's things are coming now, pretty thick and fast. The stability is much higher than what it was in the previous version, and the localization has been largely. I haven't seen very many localization issues with the game itself. Bugbear saying, I hate myself when I save scum, but I do it anyway. I always think of it as a learning resource. Now the wildlings in through here the trouble we've got with these guys is I've got 2 shaman. I've got 1 shaman, then a heap of archers. The 1 shaman has got like a spell that can damage all of our units, and it can happen immediately. To do it, it's a tricky one. I think I'll wait until I can come back with a stronger force. Let's keep on going up and just exploring a little bit more about what's up the top through here. Okay, Pioneer Party back in through this other side. Just need to sort of pick up some other locations. There's nothing much down this way that we need to be looking at, so it's going to be back over here, I think. That one, or back in here. If I go and build that one there, that would be good. Let's do that. We'll start to get more and more of them. Blackstead. We will just keep on training up more units. Actually, do we have both with our building? Yeah, no, we'll go back to training the Sentinels again. Really can't contend with those with this sort of army. I'm going to have to sort of offload some of the units that we have. And we'll train up yet more of the... oh no, we can't. We're out of population. So we'll just go back to building again. Town Hall is going to give me zone of control, which I'm not interested in at all. Even growth I'm not really interested in here. It's not going to give me what I want. There's really not going to be much in here that we want. The Grave Wardens is something that I do want to get, but not from here. I'll just go back to build. I'll just produce wealth here for a little while. Look, if I do expand out, so be it. I'll get the monument. I'll just move it down. Okay, the gold deposit is now inside our territory. So we're going to build on that one there. That'll give me even more Gildar. Should be good. Was the designer kept in? Yes, all of that's in there. If you have a look on the Steam Workshop, you'll sort of see there's a lot of segmentation now. So it will be very easy to, like once we start to get like a lot of different locations. I should actually put together a little mini tutorial on how to build like a location, I guess. That may be helpful. Might sort of get more people sort of building different bits and pieces, which would be cool. But it's no, it's not difficult. Enemies in the territories. We've now got these sort of guys. We'll end up sort of constructing those. Now these are coming through. That's fine. Just leave them where they are. And then we have a lot of stuff down this way. Actually, we could actually go down this way because ultimately this is not that far off. Well, I'll get more pioneers from other areas. Ravina is starting to catch up to us. At the end of the turn. So they're moving out. Okay, so we're starting to now sort of see where Gildan actually is. All right, let's go and train up another pioneer here. New technology research. We now have groups. Okay, so now we can go and start to sort of make the higher level forces. Just open up our research. We want to now go for construction to get the high tower. That will then open up that conclave for us. Where she is, we're just going to go back in and build an outpost, which will then allow us to pick up all of these different things as well. We haven't got the technology for this just yet, the wild horses. Another earth shard there. Train more pioneers. And then building back in this other side. Market for Gilda, the garden for growth. Just going to build those up as well. Yep, so now we've now expanded, so these things may go into other locations, unfortunately. So they're not just going to stay on the outskirts anymore, I don't think. So we'll just tab across. So Grey Rock. Can we build any yet? No, still can't do it. So the population that we actually have in here is at Grey Rock. Where is that? 26. So we're getting close. We're only getting one growth at the moment, so we do need to get more farms and things built in here. Not that we can do anything just yet. Looks like we're up at the town hall, why not? We'll build that one. Alright, so just reading a few more of the comments. So Bugbear is saying, I hate myself when I say, yes, when we did that one. Scanix is saying to Goop Blue, I have over 3.5 thousand hours in Age of Wonders 4. It is one option here for me. Have they added anything to the workshop yet? There's some placeholder stuff from what I can sort of go and see. So I think we, the community, need to get involved and actually start building some different things for the workshop. I might even do that. I might spend a bit of time just having a look to see how difficult or hard it is. Should we not even give it a bit of a crack and should we build a little some sort of hut? I don't know, and make that into a quest. I think you can actually sort of. I haven't tried making a quest in this game, so you can actually have like something that may spawn in or may not spawn in. I remember vaguely the scripting in the game. It was pretty simple. You have sort of actions and things like this, from what I can recall. Just going to go and move around. Just check the outside edges. We have the Sentinels. Now the Sentinels, we now actually can go and upgrade all of these different units, and we'll be wanting to do it with these high level guys. So if we go back to this one through here and click on upgrade, it's going to cost me 50 to upgrade from 3 to 4. So I'm going to go and do that one. That will then sort of pick up this force now. We'll actually have 4 in it. Like if I go and have a look in through this other side, where does it show it? It's not really sort of showing the number that's there. But there should be 4. Lightning hammer, yeah, times 4. You can see there the attack times 4 with what they then can go and do. So that's them. Let's just go back across into this location as well. We've got a few different units in here that we want to be building up. This one also has the, that's only got the base. It's only got the base. This is the 13. So we'll just go and do these a bit at a time. The upgrade in through here. This one we've gone from Warhammer now to Lightning Hammer, which gives me a lot more attacks. So we will actually upgrade. This one costs crystal to go and build. So we'll go and do that, and then we need to upgrade again. It's going to cost me 50. So I want to do the crystal upgrade first and then the money upgrade after. I don't think, we might test that. We've got 41 crystal at the moment. So if we're going to need more crystal, aren't we? So if we just go back to these guys, you can see there the 4 versus the 3. So if we go to the upgrade, so first one is to upgrade this one for 6 crystal. And so we're down to 35. And then if I go and upgrade again for 50, is still stays on 35. Okay, so it's we can cheese it. We can cheese our way through. If we go and do the upgrade again, so sword, so rusty sword with 8 up to 12, so this becomes a lot more powerful. And then the upgrade again, just with the number of units in the actual upgrade in the group. Okay, that works out well. I'm thinking we go on the warpath fairly soon. I think we'll bring back this force. Yeah, we'll bring back this group. Because we need to upgrade these as well. Okay, so we've got the training completed on the Sentinels. Back and through this other side. These are level 2, so essentially they're just ready to go. Let's just pop them in here for now. And we'll get ready to march north with an army. Here we go, Gildan. We were all scrambling to recover the knowledge lost during the Cataclysm. Let's spin the process up. I'll give you 12 in civilization in exchange for 12 in your knowledge in magic. Let's do it, even though we're going to go to war with them. They're actually neutral now with us. That's just going to give us a bit of a boost along with what we're doing through here. Get a little bit of a boost. I'm just going to grab myself a drink of water. I'm going to be right back. Yeah, actually, I'm thinking, should we, let's have a look, at least see what the process is to actually go and build something. I'll just go and do a quick save, and then we'll just come back in. So actually, I'll do an actual save. I'll just do a save game. DASO 3 at this stage. I just want to see what the, I forget what the scripting is in the game. I think you can sort of build that in the what you've got there. Let's go back to the main menu. So we have the tools, we have mods, which we can download from it, and we have languages. So if we go back to the tools again, so we'll just go yes. Takes a bit of time to open up the editors. Now, the faction Builder's Forge. These are structural objects. Not sure what that does. Zoom, closest, close. I'm not sure what that is. No idea. Options. that's okay. Save load new. Yeah, we've got that new. Okay, so then we've got the structural objects here, the kingdom, fallen. So this is actually sort of where you can do different things, miscellaneous or favorites. So you've got the, so let's filter in through that other side. You then got what you then sort of go and build down this way. The appearance, primary, secondary and roof, so the colour system, which is actually pretty cool. We could build a single, like this would be for a single building. But where's the, this is purely the graphics. Exclusive, yeah, that's, it's not going to tell us the scripting. So terrain, point lights, okay, so that's lighting. Trees, resources, pedestrians, so you've got a whole lot of different sorts of different creatures and things that you can sort of bring back in. Particle emitters, so these are different particle emitters, so there's a lot of them. You can build them as well. Where's the script though? You know what it might be? You may have to build the graphic, save the graphic, and then go and construct the actual the script itself. So I don't think that this undoes the scripting. I think you'd need to have a look back out, which we might have a quick look at and just see if we can see it there. So these are buildings, and then we've got the just moving around, I guess. So if we have a look, and you can either build like a 1x1 or a 2x2 for the actual, for what actually does go on. If we click on out of there, let's go back. I'll just exit for once. Actually, well, I won't exit. I'll just go and grab something different, and have a look in the Steam library. Just sort of see if there's helpers for making the mods. Oh, sorry, that's not it. It's in the wrong spot. So elemental. So there should be something. There will be some information about how to do it, I would guess. If we have a look at the, and I won't spend too much time in here. Yeah, I'm not seeing it there, so it might be under data, animations, cutscenes, localization, ambient, fonts, graphics. Okay, that's just purely maps. Oh, so as in, you know, it's like it's sort of bitmaps and stuff. These are animations. I'm not sure where the mod stuff is. So they will, like if I know Stardock, they will actually come out with something, with some information about how to do it. So that just may not be here just yet. But from what I understand, they've really opened up the, you know, so you can do different things with it, but I'm just not seeing it. If I go back to data, game core, yeah, it's all just XML stuff. What about the core tiles? Yeah, I'm not sure. Not sure where it actually is kept. So I won't spend any time with it because otherwise it just waste too much time. Anyway, let's just go back into it. Let's go into load that game back in. Okay, here we go again. So yeah, so there's about 8 items I think in the workshop, but I'll see if I can, like, maybe when they do release information about how to build the mods, I'll have another really close look at that. So what do we need? We need to get shards. We don't have a lot of them just yet, but I would also like to pick up this area down in here. I might just move them down into this area. Oh, there's a crash. We actually got a crash. I think I've been reloading things too much. Come Playing with tools, then reloaded. There we go. Just submit that. We'll just go and start again. So I'll just go and minimize. That's the first crash I've had in this version. I was getting them a lot last time, but I think it's because we went to the into the tool system and then back out again. Oh, it's already running. All right, so what I need to do is I just need to go back into this one, into my library. Click on Elemental and stop it. So if you do get the crash, you will just have to stop it. The easiest way to stop that is just purely in Steam, and then you can play it again. Yeah, it's the first crash I've had in this version of it, and I've sort of been playing a bit outside of the recordings that I've been doing as well. Again, I'm enjoying this game. Like it's been my go-to now for a little while, just for enjoyment. Let's just try that again. Okay, we've got one of our kids has grown up. Alright, so we've got this one into here with very limited skills, Cadiel. We've got Aramore. Again, very limited skills into here. It's intelligent. Not really what we were looking for though, to be honest. 45 seasons there, 31 there, 33 there. So we'll just keep these sort of coming in and wait till we sort of can do different things in through there. I don't want to bring these in as heroes. We want someone's exceptional to probably marry off and try to get even better people. So we'll start to now sort of wait until we got like really, really good units. There are enemies in your territory. Yep, that's okay. They're going to be there the whole time. Bring the other force back again. That's now spawned. That's okay. We've got agriculture. So now we just continue on research to get mining, and then we need to go then and get the whatever it was, the other one. It's still sort of wandering around a little bit, which doesn't really worry us. And we'll build a big force. Got bandits over this way as well. Okay, the group that's here. We will upgrade. Now they can get, so at the moment they've got like a leather armor here of +6. But we can now get all the other stuff for them as well. So the leather armor is fine. It's the level 6 armor is good. I'm going to go and do the upgrade. And then we'll just do that again. The upgrade again to the extra unit. And we'll do the upgrade in here as well. Upgrade again needs to have the 6 that way, and then the upgrade again for the people. Okay, that's good. So we now want to get. Actually, I'm going to need to get more numbers as well. If we have a quick look at this, so mining doesn't give us anything. Get anything much in there either. Warfare drills I can get in 6, just to up the army size. Let's do that because I think we're going to need that. I'll click on done. Getting the fire altar in here. I'm going to go and train up, but this time I'm going to be training in the Grave Wardens. We haven't actually designed any units ourselves just in this particular run. I don't think I need to just yet. These are going to be a bit weak at the start. They will actually end up with a little bit of defense, so they've only got they've got 0 defense there, but we'll see how we go with what they do. They do actually get extra mana from kills, but that's pretty much all we can really do with them. Let's go and train a couple of these in as well. Oh, hang on, that's costing me crystal. And I'm out. Okay, we need to get more crystal. So inside these locations with crystal mines, we need to go and build a crystal mine. So just have to start to sort of pick those up. Okay, training completed there for more pioneers. Oh, gee, they're everywhere, these ogres. Yeah, I think we have to clean them out before we go to war. We'll settle there. Oh, there's a little glitch. I get that glitch every so often, but not all the time. Whenever I try to capture it. So we do have one location there. I'm going to go and add more hammers to the city. Put the wild grain. Just leave it there for now. I'll move off the small groups back into there, and we'll pick up the actual armies to destroy these ogres. It's interesting, if I've got one of those. We've got the fire altar, and then we do actually have these coming after that. I'm going to move that in front. So we can get them fairly quickly. We'll just chase these other things down at this stage. Oh, that's a mistake. That's a big mistake. You're going to lose them. As soon as I did it, I thought that's not going to work well. These are too powerful for us. Just not quite big enough there. Still got two slots to move in. So again, more crystal mines. That's 15 seasons for that one though. We get less unrest. There's a lot of stuff we can do in here. Might get that one. I'll just queue a few of these things up. Herbalist. It's going to give me mana per season. Mana has not really been a big issue, but look, I might as well build it. The garden is going to give me better growth. That may push it out a little bit to the south. Yeah, I'll just queue these things up. That'll do us. Done. Okay, and just going back in with the force. Now we do actually have like a fairly strong force in here, but I'll keep them where they are. Press tab. So we had goods back into this other side. We'll just go back into build. We should have a few things we can now go and do. tax office is going to be able to get me even more Gildar. Yeah, we are down a little bit with because of the upgrades that we've been doing. Message from Ravina. Okay, and then we've found Capitar as well. So we've now come across them. So this will be back over in this part of the map. I think we better start to get ready for going and expanding now. Let's just keep on building into here. Town hall I'll build. Bakery. We do have good growth here, but I'll just keep on building these things up. The granary as well. Crystal mines as well, we'll build those in as well. So that'll be fine, we'll just click on done there. So we're going to ultimately sort of just let things thump along. Grave Warden coming in 3. And this will be easy, so I'll just go and auto-resolve this one. And we'll just get one of the magical groups coming back in as well. Message from Urga. And so this is Dellen back in the city, and we'll just keep on getting more Gildar. Oh, they made it out of there. I didn't think they would. Two. Yeah, this is a little bit dangerous. If I go there, I should be able to connect that one up that way, ultimately. Let's just go and do that now. This will then connect up down into here at some point. Get more crystal just so we can keep on building more magical elements, magical weapons. I think that's everyone now, and we're only just a little bit ahead of the others now. So they're sort of getting a bit closer. One more turn and we get this other group. Let's just go and start to kill off these ogres. There they are. So we now have the Grave Warden group, and if we have a bit of a look, I don't think we can actually upgrade them at all. Nope, they're already completely upgraded. They've got the ice staff, so they do a cold attack. They should come in with a little bit of... They've got 5 defense right from the start because of the city that they're from. And what else are we building in here? Yep, the crystal mine. I'll just keep on building up. We've got the palace here as well. I think we only get one of those per civilization. This is a good spot for it, though. Yeah, I think I'll just keep on training up units. Let's go and get another one of these Grave Wardens. That's another 20, so we're down to 3. So we need to just click on done. Alright, so we'll test these out now and start to move off with this force. Okay, so we're only medium, but we'll do the battle. Now we've got very high dodge, and I think these may have more on them. If we just go and double click them and look at their traits. Oh no, we can't see it there. That's their skills. So it's got bash. It does have vulnerable to magic, so they're poor against those. They're tough. Actually, got hurl boulder. Okay, so I thought they actually had more. That's going to be fine. So start to sort of move these in. So hardly any damage. Then the Sentinels. We've bashed it to the ground, that's good. Big damage. Another attack again from our unit. And they dodged. So we have a ranged attack. Let's just see what sort of damage we can then go and do. So we're going to do damage is going to be between 3 and 7 times 4, which is actually good. It's only a 37% hit chance though. So 17 is not bad. I'm happy with that. Wow, that was big. That one's gone. Here we are. So these will start to level up. Now we're getting drills in one season, which means we can get another unit back in to help us. Which one do I want to... Yeah, actually we've got the fire altar coming in one. Let's go and bring that one across. And just think about who we want to add. Probably this one here, I think. So we get one more army size. Now we're going to go back across into civilization again and just finish off construction. That will give us the high tower, which will then allow us to get hopefully get close to this connection. We're just not quite there. I think by the time we've done all this, this will then be big enough to be able to reach this. So we now have a very, very solid army here. I think we will clean out all of this stuff at the bottom here. Now we're not going to be able to... actually, we might be able to get rid of these guys. Let's see what it's like. Yep, can't do anything else there. Just press tab. Okay, so we've now got ourselves a young burning Wraith in through this other side as well. Not all that strong, but I'll just keep on bringing them back into other locations. Grey Rock. Oh, this isn't good. This isn't good. I don't like the way that they're moving down into our territory now. Let's see how we go with this. Trade proposal, we'll open that one up. Yeah, Gildan's becoming more unhappy. Yeah, we've got the fire altar in the northwest. So that was taken by wolves. A few different stacks in through here now. We should be able to clear them out just with basic forces. So I'm going to bring one more in. I'll bring that demon in. And I'm just going to do a quick save here. I don't know if I can actually take this one on, but let's just give it a go. They're epic. Yeah, we don't really have the strength to do it. I don't know if it's worth testing it just to sort of see how we would go. was deadly. Skills. Large. Immune to lightning, which is what we're using. Yeah, I don't think we can do much with that one. So I'm just going to have to let it go until we're very, very strong. Okay, we've got mining, which is good. Continue research. Do a quick save here. Oh, hang on, that's deadly. I can't take that on. Oh, that's an actual spawn location. All right. Actually, was that the group that we have down the bottom here? Oh no, we have used up all of their spaces. Alright, we'll just move across. It's still medium. I'll just cancel that for a second. We'll just do a quick save again, just in case this isn't going to work. Now, some of the units that we have are fairly weak. It does 24 damage. That's a lot of damage. Hardly anything. These syndrome demons. These aren't going to work well. We do actually have some spell casting. And they're burning Wraith as well. Doesn't really have a lot of hit points. I'll move them back. And you as well. It's gone. Can't really do much in here. Damn. These are strong. Now I'm going to have to get going pretty much as of now. The stream coming up in a couple of hours actually, so I'll just have a bit of a breather. And I don't know whether to leave it there. I mean, they're pretty weak units that we actually ended up having, that we lost, those two demons. I don't know if it's worth save scumming those. Probably not. I think we'll start to focus on getting stronger armies. These things are everywhere. Let's move them all across. I'll leave it there, guys. So I'm going to leave it that side. So actually, Ruts is saying Quasimorph updated today as well. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'll have to have a look and see what that's got, because every update for Quasimorph has been fairly substantial. All right, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.